values of bravery and loyalty. Kids can learn to face their fears and be brave, and also learn how to maintain good friendships. Keep in mind there are two ways to join two complete sentences with a semicolon or with a comma and a coordinating conjunction. All right, so I guess what she's saying is she wants this to be converted to a single sentence.
Yeah.
So we can do that really, really quickly here. Let's just do it right here. I'm just using this to edit it. I'm not actually going to submit this. All right, parents should require their children to read these books because the main character perseverance, quality, bravery, and loyalty. And I guess we can go semicolon. Kids can learn, because that's probably the best way. Kids can learn to face their fears and be brave in and also face their fears and be brave, face their fears and be brave, and also learn to maintain good friendships. So that will probably do it. Let me drop that in the chat for you so you've got it. I cannot believe we're still dealing with this,
I know.
but,
It's
but nevertheless
shocking.
we are. Nevertheless we are. So okay,
All right. Thank you so
yeah.
much for that.
Hopefully that will clean up whatever is going on. All right, now physical science. We'll take a look at.
So, so my teacher, so she said that we have to put a graph or a chart.
That's right.
And I messaged her saying, "Hey, can you give me some ideas?" But she hasn't responded to me because she's also doing something else. She's a busy
Well,
person.
well, the for this one it was temperature and time.
Oh,
So there's some sort of we need to graph this.
okay, let's do that.
Okay. All right. So the easiest way to do that is in Excel. Um, do you use Excel?
No, I've never heard of it.
About Google Sheets, anything like that?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, that's fine. So let me go ahead and enter the. I'll share my screen here. Let me just get to where I can do that, and then we'll make a graph of this. Okay. Do you have any more than these tables?
No.
Okay. Was it acceptable otherwise?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's good. Okay. Let me grab. So there's many different things you can do to graph, but I'm just going to use this tool. So what you're not seeing, and I will share my screen in a moment, is I am entering the data. So we have time. And then I'm entering the temperature. All right, so we have temperature. All right, so 84. And then we'll do the same thing for the other one. What did you do to measure the temperature in the lab?
I used the thermometer, like not like those thermometers they use to measure meat. Like I used a laser type thermometer.
Good, good. Yeah, those are the better kind. All right, cancel. Just increase the size here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share a different screen. Okay,
Okay.
so here is your data. So to create a plot of this data, you highlight the data and they make it really nice. Uh, you can insert a some sort of a chart here. One of the things you can try though is recommended charts. Sometimes that's a good place to start. And you can see that
Yeah.
that's kind of what we want there is that one. So you just hit OK and it'll graph it there for you. You should add labels into your graph. So to do that, you can add in here axis titles. This is time in minutes. This other one is temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, that's probably acceptable. Um, you could uh, add data. So like you can be like, oh, well, why don't I add in more data? So we can add here with series name, we'll go temperature, X values are these, Y values are these, and we can hit OK. All right, and then we can add in a legend if we wanted to. A legend will help to differentiate them. So the first was procedure 1. Was that the ice?
Yeah, procedure 1 was the ice.
Okay. Um, so why is it, sorry, it's temperature and temperature. Okay, so let me change this to the ice bath. Was it the half? And then the quarter?
Yeah,
I'm asking because I don't really remember. And there it is. And
it
then
was
you can,
half and quarter.
there you go. Yeah. So then we can then add in a title if we want. You can call it the temperature versus time. You want something like that. So let's just copy this and paste it into the chat. Do you have something that you can submit that with? Yeah, that just submitted right in
I
there.
think, okay, I was gonna say maybe just like put in a Google Doc and then I could just go in the Google Doc and copy it like that, but maybe I can copy it like this. Let's see. Testing it right now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need this in a Google Doc, but one second. Hold on. I'm gonna save this image. Okay, upload a file. Maybe it's gonna work. Yeah, no. Um, hmm. Wait. I think I figured out how to copy it and paste it. Um, yeah, I just copied it and yeah, there we go. I got it.
Great.
Yeah. Took a while, but I figured it out.
Excellent. All right, so let's go back to your classes and let's see what else we can make sense of. All right, so there it is. Okay, so we've got that. Great. Wrap it up. Some photos of the experiment. So you also
I
need to
already
include your
sent some
photos.
photos.
Oh, good. And so that would take care of that. And I mean, your grades are good, 6, 7. So where did you want us to, what did you want us to work on today?
Okay. Um, hold on. Can I just check something in
Of
English really
course. Yeah,
quickly?
yeah, of course. Of
Thank
course.
you. So, um, I need to submit. I already submitted lesson 6 in English, so I can't submit anything more today because I'm allowed to submit a revision and an assignment. But hopefully that we won't get a revision in lesson 6, so I can submit part 1 of the essay. Hmm. Okay, let me see. Let's just work on something else in physical science because my mom ordered some Alka-Seltzer so I can finally do the lab soon. So that's
Okay.
good. Now let's see. I think we're on lesson 11 in physical science, but it's also a lab. Oh my God. Labs after another. Or was it? Did we already do lesson 10? No, we didn't. Wait, maybe we did. Let me check. Yeah. Well, let's just check out lesson 11 in physical science because it's a lab, but maybe we can do some of it without starting it yet.
You said 11.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's take a look. Oh, I believe we didn't finish a couple of
Really?
questions on, yeah, I think I remember saying there was something longer. There were longer questions.
All right, well, let's check it out.
Yeah,
Maybe
physical
we did.
science, less science, less than 10. Okay. Yeah, so there are 12. Yeah, all right. Yeah, let me share my screen here. All right. So it says on a long conveyor belt in a recycling plant, a fine powder of grounded mixture of aluminum cans, steel cans, soda cans, and milk jugs is moving along. What technique we use to separate all the different materials?
Wait, we're on question 12, right?
It's question 12. Yes. So we're trying to answer this first question here, which is what techniques we use to separate all the different materials? They're basically asking like, how can you divide these up?
I see. Well, it's just like a at a register, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like like for
Well,
example, this is what I was thinking of. You know, when you go grocery shopping at a cash register, they have those borders where you can separate your items from someone else's so you don't get it mixed up.
yeah.
I was thinking they could do something like that, but I don't know if that's a good answer for
Well,
this
they're
question.
they're asking you to first decide, like, is there a way to sort of generally organize them? I mean, let's say you just had a container full of cans, aluminum cans, steel cans, soda cans, and milk jugs. How would you first, um,
Um, I would put the cans first.
okay. So you could start by saying I would first separate them by cans and then the milk jugs. All right. And how would you do that? Like, how would you know the difference between the cans and the milk jugs? What's the difference in the material?
Milk jugs are made from plastic and they're bigger. Cans
Okay.
are round and smaller.
So let's stick with metal versus plastic. Okay. So can you write a sentence or two that says just what you told me?
Yeah. Right, soda cans are they made of steel? No, 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 not steel. I was gonna say aluminum actually, because they're light. Wait, what are cans made of? Yeah, aluminum. Okay, here's what I wrote. I think I can fix it a little bit, but I don't know.
Alright, so one of the things I think maybe, and I didn't really emphasize that might have been unclear, is that they're already ground down into um
Oh yeah,
the
on the conveyor.
so so the um you want to just make a sentence here that says I would first separate into metals and non-metals. The cans are metal and the milk jugs are not. And then you can say, well, what would you do next then? What would you do? Well, I would you would then want to separate the aluminum, steel, and soda cans. And how would you do that? Um, so like what are some properties of like steel versus aluminum that you could leverage?
Steel is well, okay, first thing, like we said, aluminum is lightweight and it's easy to bend.
Okay.
Steel, I assume steel is a little bit more heavy because I have a water bottle made of stainless steel right next to me. So I assume that's like a little bit more heavier.
Right. So you
Like,
could use the mass to
yeah,
decide.
yeah. Now I meant like so the water bottle I'm holding right now, it has water in it, but even without water, it's still heavy. Like, do you know what I mean? Because I can't like I
Well,
don't
I
know.
think I think that that's kind of where you're going is that you could first separate aluminum and steel by their weight. So could you give me a
Okay.
sentence that
Okay. There we go.
so you want to add in something there that says that like you know that aluminum is lighter than steel, or vice versa. One's heavier than another.
What did you say? I'm so sorry.
Um, you should add in that the weight, like which one is heavier, which one is lighter.
Okay, got it. All right, so like something like right?
Take a look. Okay. So what would you do about the soda cans? They don't really have a weight, you know.
What would I do with the cans or the jugs? Um, so with the cans, wait, hold on. You're asking about the cans, not the jugs, right? Um, Okay, so you're asking about the cans. I'm just right, just making sure. Or were you
Yeah,
asking about the milk
the
jugs?
soda cans are different than aluminum and steel. Like they're, maybe you could do a quick search to see what soda cans are made of.
Yeah, sure. I don't have soda cans at home. I only drink water, so I don't know the
No,
difference
no,
between those.
you just go to the internet and search. Uh,
Soda cans are made of 75% aluminum or tin-plated steel.
okay, so they're kind of a mixture of the two. So maybe add that in, that they're a mixture of the two.
Right? So like that.
How could you use the fact that they're made out of aluminum and steel to separate them from the others?
So I think first so in general, let's say I'm right now imagining the conveyor belts in front of me. I would first put the aluminum cans down. Like, I mean, I would first put the aluminum cans in an order, then steel, then the soda cans, and then the milk jugs, because the milk jugs are the easy ones to do. You know what I mean?
Right, so that you could say that if you detect properties of both, you know that it's a soda can and you can separate it otherwise.
Yeah. All right, let me write that down. Can I say if I'm able to uh ha like okay, hold on. Let me say this out loud like in a way. Let's say I'm holding a soda can and in my other hand I'm holding an aluminum can, right? So we know like
It,
steel's heavier, right? If I
it's
hold the
a
soda can, wouldn't it be like it's obviously going to be a mixture between the two weights. So would I say like a medium or a weight in between aluminum and steel? I don't know how to say it.
you're missing that they're ground down. Like you just have like a pile of material that's aluminum, steel cans, and then soda cans. There, it's just ground down. Um,
All right,
and what I'm suggesting is that you could measure something about it that would overlap. You could
got it.
just say, it has properties of both, which means it's
There we go. I think I got it this time.
okay.
I think. I'm not sure though, but I hopefully.
There we go. That's good. Okay. All right. I think that's okay. I mean, I could get kicked back. I can't say for sure, of course. Um, I don't think we're talking enough about the properties of them. So let me just do a quick search on that, properties of metals versus non-metals.
Should I also look it up too, the metals and
No,
non-metals?
I'll snip something in for us to use. So I think one of these like we've really addressed how you would separate them, but I don't feel like we've done enough with the properties. So what I'm suggesting here, I'll throw this in the chat as well, is that we might want to add in that we could do some tests that, we could talk about the whether it's a good conductor. We could try melting it, see where the melting point is, whether it's solid or gas at room temperature, things like that. I would probably add in one more sentence that says, more like about more specific testing for metals versus non-metals.
All right. So wait, can I start my sentence between like the difference between um the cans and the milk jugs, or should I don't know how to start my sentence.
I would just say metals versus non-metals.
All right. There we go. I think this works.
Right, let's take a look. I'll just add in a sense here that these could be tested. Uh, uh, these are these could be tested for. Actually, I don't know if we need to say that. Okay. All right. Let's just do a little grammar check here. Commas, some hyphens, things like that. All right, good. All right. So we already answered 13. Great. 14. 14 is the one we have. This one you're probably going to have to go out to the internet. So we want to include a link for this one, but it says find out where the table salts in different parts of the world come from. So describe at least 3 different methods of producing table salt. So what I'd like you to do is, I guess, first search for that one. Figure out where table salt comes from. So let me put that in the chat. And you can just search for that. You know, where does salt come from? Where does table
Table
salt?
salt comes from salt mines.
Okay. Where in the world?
Uh, Table salt, well, it just tells me it comes from a salt mine. It doesn't tell me from where, which
Okay,
is
so
really bad because we need to know where.
right, so maybe do a little bit of a deeper search. Maybe not just the first link that comes up. Maybe scroll down a little bit.
All right, it says here the US and China.
Okay, so give me give me a sentence that says that that's where it comes from.
All right, there we go.
Right, so you've answered the first question, which is table salt comes from salt mines from the US and China. All right, very good. And the next question says, describe at least 3 methods for producing table salt and include regions where the salt methods are used. So I just found this on the internet that there are 3 ways: seawater evaporation, rock salt mining, and brining. So I'd like you to look up each of these methods, and basically you want to just give an example of where you find it. So like, where does seawater evaporation occur? So the search would be like seawater, salt, seawater evaporation, and then region. And then hopefully you will find something about that tells you where it occurs and the method. We just want 1 or 2 sentences that explains that. And you're welcome to go to Wikipedia. I mean, you don't have to be super detailed on that.
I searched up as much as I can. I can't find anything at all. They're all just giving me the same answers. By that I mean like when I search up what you sent me in the chat, they're saying the seawater just goes back, the salt stays in the ocean, but that's not helping at all. I don't know what else to like write.
So here, I mean, you can, if you go to this Wikipedia page, it's going to give you a location and it's going to tell you briefly what it does.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Now I'm just gonna read this a little bit before I write something down. Very cool. Oh, here's some salt ponds. There's some in France, in Chile, in Mexico. All right, cool. I can mention those. All right, there we go.
All right, let me take a look. Okay, but you have to describe the method also.
Okay. I accidentally
Uh,
said religions instead of regions, and I just realized
yeah,
that
it's
spelling
okay.
mistake.
I mean the saltwater evaporation pond. I mean they're trying in that first. If you look at that first paragraph or two, it kind of tells what it does. Um, just try to reword that and see if
Okay. Hmm. Sorry, my mom walked into my room.
All right, take your time.
Hmm. So I don't know what else to write, but this is what I have written so far. I'm trying to research a little bit more on rock salt mining, but I'm just gonna send you what I have right now.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna talk about each method. The first one was just salt water, seawater evaporation. You would just repeat it. Seawater evaporation works by using a salt pond, and then we can add in where we can add in some regions that use this method. Now, that's the template. That's the template for seawater. You want to do the same thing for rock salt mining.
All right.
You say rock salt mining work by, whatever it is, and then the regions that use this method, and then same thing for brining. Brining works by dot dot dot, and then give the regions. And you can again just use Wikipedia to just kind of help if you don't find it first in the search.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm using the salt I'm using the rock salt mining thing on Wikipedia to help me.
Okay. And we are gonna run out of time for this hour, so maybe hold off on sending anything over.
Okay. Wow, the earliest found salt mine was in Austria.
Yeah, I mean they're in more than just the USA and China, but they're all over. But those are the big ones are going to be in larger countries.
Yeah.
So okay, we'll just stop here for now. Grab that other link, and we'll pick up here in about 10 minutes.
All right, thank
Thanks,
you.
Mana. Bye.